Hello, it's Jessica from the Baby and Toddler Show online, and today I've got Trish with me from FutureLife. Hi Trish, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
For anybody that doesn't know who FutureLife is, can you just tell us a little bit about what you do?
We're specialist will writers for young families.
Because normally it would be with will writers, I always find they tend to go for the older market. So how come you deal with younger families?
We specialise in the period when children are financially and emotionally dependent on their parents.
Do you know what? Off camera, we were actually speaking, and you were saying you didn't know how to put a positive spin on this. Whereas, actually, when you write a will, especially if you've got young kids, if anything was to happen to you, you know your children are going to be okay. You know the plan that you have put in place for your babies. And I think that's a massively positive thing. And actually, when you face that and you understand that, it makes the process, I would imagine, a lot easier.
Absolutely, yeah. We find that some people haven't thought about it, but once they start talking to us about the reasons why you need to do it, most people think that having life insurance in place covers everything, but it doesn't, unfortunately. If you don't have a valid will and the correct trusts working with your estate, then assets can be delayed, they won't transfer to where they need to get to quickly, and any life insurance would be delayed until they could go through probate.
What would be different after the person had died for the children to get the assets, or the other spouse to?
Ideally, what you'd like is for your life insurance to quickly go over to the people that are remaining, your beneficiaries, so your spouse and your children, so that they can continue their life. They've just had the worst thing happen to them possible. So in these awful circumstances, they don't want to be suffering financially as well as that, which is the case. It does happen because you have to wait for all the legalities to go through probate. If they haven't got clear legal instructions, they can't make decisions.
Wow, see, I've got 4 children with a 5th one on the way. So I'm thinking, who would accept them?
Well, that is the problem,
Please
but you know.
Yeah. Wow, okay. If I wanted to make an appointment with you, how would I do that, and what would be the process after the appointment was made?
So ordinarily, obviously not under these circumstances, we offer home visits. So we would come and see people face to face. We always see, if you're with a partner or married, we see you together because then because your wills need to reflect each other in some ways to protect the family correctly. So we would come and see both of you. But obviously at the moment, all of our appointments are over the telephone and they work in exactly the same way. So we'd take an hour and a half of your time, and obviously we do this every day. So we would run through the information that we need from you, and by the end of it we'd have enough information to build draft wills, and we'd send the drafts to you by email. And once you've checked through them and said that they're okay, that might be backwards and forwards a bit if you've decided you've changed on who you want as your executors, or your and eventually you'll get your finalised wills.
You know, to be fair, I think that's, honestly, like, just having the conversation, it's really opened my eyes, because I haven't got a will, but it is something that I know I need to do. My girls lost their father 3 years ago. So from my point of view, just listening to you talk, I don't think it's morbid at all, and I don't think it's a depressing subject. I think actually I'm like thinking, Jessica, you're a bit too. You should have done this 3 years ago, because it's just literally, I'm processing now how things would work, and actually I'm processing thinking, well, you know, I think this would happen, you know, and I'm assuming, you know, like my partner now, because we've got children, you know, that all the kids would be together, but actually you don't know, do you? So if you've got that legally binding document, you would just feel safer, and that can only be a positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you for coming to talk to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.